It's a great day to be a Falcon. Welcome to a special Week Without Walls edition of the Falcon Feed. I'm Menghen.
And I'm Milaad. In today's show, we'll do a quick flyover of all the places our students will travel to next month.
Learn about the new pathway dimension of Week Without Walls.
Get some packing tips from Nora.
Plus Ryan on sports.
The Falcon Feed starts now! In Week Without Walls, our 6th grade students unpack Greece, while our 7th and 8th grade students choose from 8 unique trips that reach from Africa to Asia.
To get a quick look at each trip, producers Ryan and Jad guide us through a flyover.
Today we'll be going through all the 8 Week Without Walls trips.
Let's get started.
First, we have Nepal Biogas, which is all about nature conservation. Students encounter endangered animals and learn how these animals are starting to thrive with the help of new programs.
Students also take a safari to see these animals up close. They also enjoy whitewater rafting. In the service aspect, the students build biogas stations to help maintain the natural environment for future generations.
Now we have Cambodia. While going on this trip, you will experience life in a traditional longhouse when you stay in one of our camps, situated in the heart of the community.
Service part of Cambodia, you will be helping to support and you'll be involved in sustainable service work to help empower people in the community. Now Thailand, animal rehabilitation. On this trip, you will exchange the rural village areas of Chiang Mai. You will learn all about the village life, including farming, cooking, and local cultures.
You will also go to Lana Kingdom, where you will help take care of and watch after the elements who are being rehabilitated after being mistreated.
Now Tanzania. On this trip, you will spend the week diving into the world of ecotourism and learn how to apply concepts in your home community. Hop into safari cars and explore famous national parks of Tanzania, immersing yourself into the iconic Tanzanian tribal cultures and wildlife.
Service of Tanzania. You will shadow environmentalists from all over the world as you learn from them and contribute to unique projects created in partnership with local communities. Now we have Thailand Marine. On this trip, you will help the local experts build an artificial reef and nursery where they'll be used to generate new marine life. You also watch and collect data on behalf of the Coral Watch.
Also on Thailand Marine, you will experience authentic street food. You will also snorkel to a pristine reef and visit a national marine park. Next, we have Nepal. This trip, you will hike through the foothills of the Himalayas, go whitewater rafting, and visit World Heritage Sites.
For service, you will help local mountain villages in building more sustainable drinking projects to cut the amount of single-use plastics.
Malaysia was one of the top picks up by students. Here's why. You will interact with the Batek people and help them protect their homes and way of life from habitat destruction and plastic waste. You will also help the Malaysian government monitoring and recording the endangered tigers, leopards, and gibbons. To finish off the trip, we'll go to a party at an eco resort with a barbecue and river tubing.
The last trip we will be going on today is UAE El Mina. On the trip, you'll have a chance to explore sustainability within the UAE, such as things as cleanups, recycling, and volunteering time at an animal shelter. It's a good balance for sports and service.
Thank you for your time.
Have a great Week Without Walls and safe travels to everyone.
Back to you guys in the studio.
This year, Week Without Walls added a new dimension. It's called the Pathway Project.
In order to expand the depth of our experience, each student developed a compelling question to research and pursue. On top of that, each project has been tied to our social studies curriculum. I caught up with Mr. Chamberlain to find out more. Is there anything new to Week Without Walls this year?
Well, this year is the introduction of what's called the Pathways Project, which is, I guess, a fancy name for interrupting problems, right? Problems that we see out in the community, out in the world that we feel need to stop existing, right?
So, can you tell us more about the Pathways Project?
Yeah, so it's new in a way. It kind of follows a little bit of a journey, right? There's a story behind it. A long time ago, about 4 years ago, Dave Cole and I, he used to teach here. He was in the tech department. He basically was on Nepal track with me, and we were going through Nepal, hiking through these beautiful UNESCO sites and World Heritage sites. And we noticed that it was just littered with trash, and most of the trash happened to be like these single-use water bottles. And we were seeing them pop up everywhere, and it was tough because you'd see these brightly colored rhododendron trees with their flowers blooming, and right below it, just a mound of trash. And we were thinking, man, how can we make this trip a little bit more enjoyable? How can we have a better impact than just being consumers along the way, right? Trekkers along the way. And so what we did was basically designed a service project that would take single-use water bottles off the mountain and not basically damage the local economy. So we came up with water filtration with the cooperation of Mountain Quest, but giving water filtration systems to these tea house owners and to the schools so they can have clean, potable water, but then they can also sell it to trekkers along the way. Now, we noticed over the years that the trail was like really cleaning up, and there were less and less water bottles on the trip, and we found that the tea house owners were able to make a pretty good income off of that. Yeah, there were problems, but we were able to troubleshoot a lot of them. We thought, how powerful would it be if we, as a community, kind of extended that same opportunity of solving problems to everybody at ASD in a team, figure out how to actually like stop something and interrupt it long term. So that's kind of where the origin came from for the Pathways project. And yeah.
So can you explain to me what are the children doing with the Pathways project?
So yeah, so first basically at the start of any I guess controversy or issue is like learning about it, right? Learning what other people know. And so what students are doing right now in social studies is they've identified an individual question or a problem that they want to solve. Maybe it's big, right? And they're learning more and more about it. When you know absolutely everything about it, what we know as a human population about a problem, then you can see little points that you can essentially interrupt, right? You're like, oh, hey, this is something I can do something about. And then you go through this phase of drafting solutions, right? And so after you've identified the problem, researched it, and then you're looking for potential solutions. What are other people doing? How can we innovate to solve this or interrupt this problem? And then going through that, actually creating some meaningful action, whether it's just raising awareness, letting other people know about the problem, or whether it is actually creating some physical product or thing that interrupts the problem or solves it. That's up to the students, but that's the next phase, is actually planning to solve the issue. And last and probably one of the most important things is communicating out to a larger audience, which the students will hopefully be doing at the very end of the year in a large expo, communicating out to the audience what they've actually done to solve this problem. So, receiving a little bit of praise and recognition from the larger ASD community. So that's kind of the way the project goes.
Sounds really nice. And I really hope it's like a different change to Week Without Walls this year.
Yeah, making it a little bit more meaningful, right? I think that humans, and all of us included, really need purpose and we need meaning in our life. And so being able to provide opportunity to be purposeful and meaningful really gives a great extension to students' learning.
Okay, well, nice to talk to you, Mr. Timberlake.
Thanks, Ben.
Mango, what trip are you going on?
Thailand Marine. What about you?
Tanzania. Unfortunately, I'm the worst when it comes to packing.
Well, it turns out that Nora, our woman on campus, is an expert. She shares with us some of her packing tips.
Thanks, Mango. Week Without Walls is coming up soon, so I'm here to show you some packing tips. Today, I'm accompanied by my friend,
Mango. I'm from the studio.
The first tip I would like to share with you guys today is rolling your clothes instead of folding it. Rolling your clothing can save space in your suitcase and allow more gifts for you to bring back and just extra space.
Also, if you don't want to fold it because you're lazy or you just don't like rolling things, you can also just fold it like a normal human being. Don't scrunch it up. Otherwise, there's no space.
Bring travel size everything. If you bring like a big shampoo or a conditioner, they won't let you take it on and it's just extra weight you have to carry.
And then also for your toiletries, put it in your check-in because then otherwise you don't have to worry about not bringing enough.
Another thing you should remember is don't bring spray bug repellent. Buy a cream or wipes like this one. Also, bring a poncho or a rain jacket just in case it rains wherever you are. Another tip we'd like to share with you guys is do not forget your camera or its charger.
You also have to make sure that your camera is working before you go on the trip. And also I recommend getting a camera that's waterproof or really, really sturdy so that you don't break it while you're traveling. Another tip is that when you're packing shoes, you can kind of just smush them together like this, or you can just pack them individually. I'd also recommend bringing a pair of slides or flip-flops or sandals to wherever you're going.
I hope some of these tips help you guys pack for your Week Without Walls trips. Back to you guys at the studio.
Season 2 ended this past weekend with a series of EAC tournaments. Ryan, give us the wrap up. The Ryan wrap. Up, Ryan, wrap it. Ryan, wrap it up.
Thanks, guys. This week were EAC, and 8 out of 10 championships were taken home by ASD. Each team in our Junior Falcons program won their tournament, 4 for 4, while in the more competitive leagues, the games were close. In basketball, congratulations to the middle school boys who brought home the EAC banner. In the championship game, the boys were down 12-1 early in the first half and fought back to tie the game at half. The Falcons didn't look back, keeping the pressure on until the final buzzer. Coach Hendershot played all 12 students on the team. Leighton Myers, 6th grade, led the scoring with 12 points. On the girls' side, the Lady Falcons opened their tournament with a strong win over UAS. In the finals, they met up with rival ACS. The game was tight throughout, but they came up short in the end, taking second place in the tournament. In soccer, the girls started their tournament against top-speeded UAS. Though Galila scored a fantastic goal, the Falcons lost a tough match, sending them to the consolation bracket against rival DAA. Down 2-0, the Falcons stormed back with 2 goals from Maya and a winning shot by Hannah with less than a minute on the clock. The girls finished 3rd in the league. And top honors to our middle school boys soccer who shut down DAA 4-0 in the opening game, then dominated UAS in the finals, winning 6-3. Congratulations, guys, for bringing home the banner. In cross country, we talked with Devon, one of our top runners on the team.
Okay, so I'm here with Devon. He's on the JV cross country team. How are you, Devon?
I'm good, Omar.
So, what do you like about running?
What I like about running is it's always like a competition because you're always trying to beat the person in front of you.
And how long have you been running for?
Probably, this is my 2nd year running cross country, but I've been running for a long time.
And lastly, what are your favorite parts about the cross country team?
My favorite part is that everyone's just nice to each other. They understand the pain that you go through, I guess, because of how much you have to run. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Devon.
Thank you.
That's a wrap on sports. Go Falcons. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Ryan. In other news, today marks the end of the semester. Some students will begin new semester electives on Monday.
Check out the brilliant Valentine's Day cards from our Maker Monday drop-in sessions. The fun craft is located in the library after school each Monday. All students are welcome.
Next week, our top choir students travel to Kuala Lumpur to attend the AMI conference.
Congratulations to our recent rock winners.
And here's the current house scores.
Today marks our 10th episode and an end to our semester. The Falcon Feed. Campus life coming to you at 30 frames a second.
Thanks for watching each week. We'll take a break in February to bring you new shows in March. As usual, we close with the photos from the week against the beautiful sounds of our amazing AMI choir. Make it a great day.
Goodbye.
Yay!
Goodbye!